Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a blank and a fairly balanced rack, so hopefully I'll be bingoing. Opponent plays re-deny and provides a few floaters, the R and the N, looking like the most helpful. I have profaned through the R and through the N as well. Do I have a 4-timer through that N, or a triple onto the E, or beginning with the E? This N looks like the most useful. What have we got here? I don't see anything as far as a 4-timer goes, so I'll go with profaned. For 76. Through a U I would have equation. Really nice rack, apart from the Q being the fly in the ointment. I have chi and chin on my rack, not identifying any great spots for them. Opponent has exchanged. I have trank through the R, either R. Destroys the rack in a terrible fashion, so I'll be thinking twice about doing that one. Re-deny. Wow, this is an interesting situation to be in, because I could just change the Q and the O and the I, or do I just go for score? Trank. Opponent's just changed. He might have picked up an S or retained an S plus, I don't know, 26 is certainly better than changing. Can at through an A, but that A is not available. What about cat here? 18, slightly better rack leave. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. Cat for 18. Keeps it tight. Origane, that was a good pickup. Organdy through the D. So Origane onto the AR, or Organdy through the D. Pies, okay, opponent scores 39 there. Anything through the P? I think I'll just go with Organdy for 64. draw a few duplicates. Emote would sort the rack out, I guess. CO, not a terrible rack leave. Looking at this hotspot here, coal, mold, not seeing anything there. What about, Gemote is good, so that looks alright for 36. Only better player I suspect would be a bingo, and I'm not seeing one. Mortise, and I think there's another, and there's an anagram of this. So does Mortise play? JE, no good, so that not an option. Jilgi, opponent scores well, 44 for that one. And I'll be looking to bingo through a floater if possible. Just scanning the board one last time to see that there's no way to hook the E on anywhere. No front hooks for profaned. Okay, now I do have the co prefix and the IER ending. Metricon, I think that's a brand name. Sometimes they pop into your head and you wonder, is that a word I've learned or is it a company name? Just looking at one last time at IC ending words. Meteoric. Meteoric, yes, that works. Not sure if it takes an S, so I'm going to play it higher up just in case. Meteoric. The Z has been played, so that hotspot not as bad as it might be otherwise. Meteoric for 65. Pretty good pickup there. I don't know about unchase. To chase a wire through the wall is to create a channel through concrete, is to chase it, wondering if you can unchase the wire. So, opponent bingos with fondants, nice. Not many bingo lanes. There is the S for organdy. I'll try unchase, but I don't hold much hope. No. Okay, hotspots for the H. I haven't considered the P. Paunches. Does paunches have an anagram? Not that I can see. I might just go with, do I have any 5-letter plays ending EH or AH or UH? That'd be a great score. Not seeing. I think UH sorts the rack out quite nicely. I might be missing a bingo, but I can't see it. This looks close again to a bingo. Clanners through an N, I think. Lancers and organdies. Lancers, glances from a G. Does the P assist? Rancels is another one. Rancels. That also seems to, I think Rancels is a bit more defensive because that forces an, is it? Lancers. More or less the same, I'd say, but I might go with Lancers. Harder to play under the L. Not really, actually. The R forces an E. Anyway, much of a muchness. Lancers for 76. I draw a bunch of vowels and a Y. Okay, opponents gifted me a 50-point play here, 48. Not seeing much better on offer. And I draw the F and the W. Fail. And Jilgi takes an S, I think. Yep, there we go. I have O here for 27, down to about 2 minutes. Anything better on offer than, I suppose Figo scores quite well here and isn't particularly useful as a floater. I do like Figo for 28. I draw the K and the W, so I should be scoring here quite well. Opponent gets rid of the X pronto, and not particularly bingo-y tiles remaining. And I think A double. Oh, do I have anything? Onto the F. Caliph. Caliph is good with a C. I think it might be good with a K as well. Yeah. It is. I draw W as well here, so I've got U. Or do I get rid of my H? EH. What else is there here? EH here. EHS. Quite like that. For 28. Shocker of a rack leave, but I might just do EWEF 27. then SHE afterwards. Yeah. SHE for 24. Okay, opponent trying to put me under time pressure. Still got a minute though, even with the -10 penalty. Okay, I didn't think it through the end game as well as I could have, but that's fine. And Sud to go out. So thank my opponent for the game, and let's see what we missed. Derny for 26, opponent went with re-deny, slightly inferior rack leave, but a touch better score. Profane seems best there, and then Futz for 36 would have sorted the rack out and scored well. Well, not sorted it out, but it would have scored pretty well and got rid of the U. Kintar for 26, I did not consider getting the Q doubled there, but giving some points back, possibly under the Q, so I decided to go with Cat for 18. EIO, yeah, slightly better rack leave, but not much in it either way. A shocker of a rack there. Pippi for 16 at C11 was best for opponent. He went with Pies for 39, which was a great score, and also kept it quite tight. Organdy seems fine for 64. And then Lipid for 18, opponent went with Leary, similar idea, getting rid of the 2 eyes. Gemote for 36, seems fine. Jilgi for 44, great find. And then Meteoric for 65, Compotia for 65 at E7, same score. Compotia, yeah. Compotia, or however you pronounce it. Jam-like, I guess. Meteoric seems fine. Fondants for 68. Donats for 74. An extra 6 at 14D. Pluralizing Organdy, yeah. And yeah, Donats, okay. But that would have given some score back, so I quite like Fondants. And then Norches. Norches. I just felt there was a bingo there, so that was a miss. Norches at 14D onto Organdy. So I went with UH for 30. Pretty good equity score, leaving those 5 tiles on the rack, but definitely inferior. Norches. And then Bar for 20. Similar scores on offer for opponent. Similar rack leaves. Lances for 76 was fine. And then Go-Go for 20 left the best rack, and that was playable through the G of Jilgi. And opponent went with ego, which I suppose, I don't know what he was thinking there. Maybe he just wanted to play extra volatile in the hope of picking up the R himself, or the S, because the S also plays in front. Oh, he might have been holding an S. Let's have a look. Yes. Okay, I see the logic behind that. He did have an S for Seago. Unfortunately for him, I had the R and scored 48 for your. Axon for 38 at 2L. Across the top of Jilgi, scored nicely. He went with Woes for 33. And then Figo for 28 looks fine at the top right. X for 27 was opponent's. Vexation for 39 at 4F. Right, through the IO. What a nice underlap of Jilgi's. Because the X gets doubled. ATR Vexation, very nice. Opponent went with X, and then Walk for 30 at 9C. Playing across the top of pies there. Walk, yeah, gives a little bit back there, I guess. So I went with Caliph for 36. It looks okay. And Navat onto the TE. Okay, from the trip. That's not quite reaching the trip. Navat. And then opponent just went with VAR, possibly balancing towards a bingo there. And U for 27 was my play. Betterakli for 22 and just playing off the W. And looking at, I don't know, bingoing on the next turn. But I just went for score. And then Uvia for 21 was best, but opponent just playing off one tile at a time, maybe trying to get me to forfeit on time, because he only had 6 tiles at that stage, so there was no bingo opportunity. She for 24 was my play. Blood for 22 at 9C would have been better. Yeah, because then it means that I can go out easily with SH or SH, yeah. So I was under time pressure there, but blood definitely better. And then opponent just doing the time pressure thing. Boil for 6 was my play, and brew for 24. But at this stage I was just desperately putting tiles down. And then Sud was the last play of the game. So a pretty good game all in all, I thought. 1 or 2 misses as usual. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.